It's always an expectation. It's it never quite goes away. It's kind of like that gray cloud that's just beyond your bubble of happiness. You always have to prepare yourself for that pulling the purse a little bit closer, walking into the elevator. People walking back out. You kind of have to prepare yourself for that because, again, it may not be what you think it may be, but it might be. It was with the school system here in San Antonio for my sons. They attended a predominantly Caucasian high school. And I'll never forget one particular teacher who, I don't know why, but she seemed to follow them throughout the grades. As they progressed through the grades, she kind of did, so they had to deal with her and the way that she treated them. The comment that she said was, I don't know what you all have going on at your house, but... And she went through all the other things that, the negative things that she thought might be wrong with one of my sons at the time. And I thought, now where would that have come from? Why is she assuming that there's something wrong at home? Again, it may not have been because she saw this, but that's the impression that it left me with. And so, yes, we definitely had to have those conversations with them. How you interact with, your friends. When you go over to their house, you act a certain way. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Of course, when they first started to want to drive, that led to a whole conversation about how you need to behave if, in fact, you are stopped, when you're in the car. Once you hit puberty and, maybe the little girls are going to start to like you a little bit more than, just being good friends. You might get some pushback from, the parents. So be prepared. Even though, you guys used to hang out all the time, they may not want you dating their daughters. So, I constantly worry about them now. Again, like I said, my twins are 25, my youngest is 23, and he's extremely active socially. He travels a lot, because they all three still have the friends that they had, again, coming from an extremely privileged life, growing up. They traveled with their friends everywhere. I want them to be aware that outside of their circle, outside of their bubble, the world is not as kind as I would like it to be to them. I've been to a few high-end stores and kind of being monitored a little bit more closely once I'm there. I can't tell you the number of times that I've actually purchased something that I really didn't want in order to make a point. And you never should be put in that situation, but, I also had the experience of walking into a store and an employee will look, they won't say anything, someone else will come in behind me and they'll speak. Hi, can I help you? Is it me? Am I just, being overly sensitive? But again, once you get those incidents, time after time, and I know I didn't do anything, I didn't come in looking, any kind of certain way, you definitely have to wonder, is it because they expect a certain type of behavior because of how I look? It's a very uncomfortable place to be. It really, really is. Some people in our culture do believe that once they achieve a certain level of education or a certain level of socioeconomic status, that they're exempt. If you're caught, with your tail light out and, you're stopped by the police, it doesn't matter. Again, you could be driving the latest model Mercedes-Benz, and they'll, if on any given day, if they felt the need to, put you back in your place, it could and very well possibly will happen. That's unfortunate, but, it's the life that we live. What does give me hope is that the younger generation, they are a lot more open-minded. I think that they are willing to listen to, willing to learn, willing to, reach across the aisle to whomever. I don't think that they see color as a barrier, as, maybe our generation or the generation before does. Their world includes all colors, so they don't really have that kind of a jaded impression of what is really out there.